So this is day 2 for Unit 4, which is the End of the World project. We're going to start our project today. And you can get in groups or you can do it by yourself, but either way works just fine. So for this project, you watch that 90-minute fake documentary on the end of the world. That's kind of the beginning of where we are here. And the setup is that you have been in a bunker for the last 2 years. So as the world has ended, and there are only 1% of people left. So there are some humans left in the United States where we used to have 300 million people. Now we have 3 million people. So there are some people. They're a little bit more isolated, but not many. So you can choose where you lived in that bunker. So you can live wherever the heck you want. Like I said in the last video, if you want to live in Florida, great. You want to live in Hawaii, great. There's a lot of hurricanes there, so that might be a problem. You want to live in Australia? Sounds good. But I'll just kind of walk through all these questions. Today we're going to do location and government. So I need you to decide where you want to live. Where do you want to live? I have group decision here if you're in a group, but why do you want to live there? How will you get clean water from this location? By the way, you cannot get clean water from the ocean. And boiling salty water makes really hot salty water. It does not get the salt out. So you'll need to find out how to desalinate water if you get it from that. Also, if you get water from a river, it also will kill you very possibly if you drink it straight out of the river. So you need to think about how to clean the water. If you don't live next to water, that's also going to be a problem. Food, how do you gather food? So find out from where you live, find out what the natural resources are in terms of food. You need that. You need a lot of it to survive. And then find out what potential problems there are. If the temperature range, if it gets too hot, if it gets too cold, if there's natural disasters, are there a lot of earthquakes? Are there a lot of hurricanes? Are there tornadoes? Are there predators? Are there bears? Anything like that. So find out what that is. Find out what the problems are. Defense and trade. Think about your proximity to other people. If you're living on an island, if you're living in the Caribbean on a small island, that's fine, I guess. And I guess that's kind of defensible. But how do you trade with people? Do you want to trade with people? Think about that. Housing. Where are you going to live in housing? There are still houses that exist. Oh, by the way, I should say, since you've been in the bunker for 2 years, people have already looted all of the stores. So you can't just go to Walmart and pick up the canned goods because they're already gone. So you can't do that. But housing, you have to live somewhere. There are still houses because 99% of people are gone, but their houses are not gone. So you can live in their houses, or you can make your own thing. So you can live in caves, whatever you want. You can be nomadic if you want. You can kind of live somewhere until the wildlife is not huntable anymore, and then move. But you'll have to kind of think about that. You come up with a name for your tribe, and then if you were in a group where the decision is easy to make as a group, and if there was disagreement, how was it resolved? The next part that we're going to do today is the government and crime part. So you need to think about your laws. You need laws. You can't live in, well, the absence of laws is anarchy. That's the definition of anarchy. And that's a bad thing. You don't want that. So here we go. What would be the primary jobs of your tribe? So if you have a tribe of, and even if you're by yourself, think that you have a tribe of like 15 people, 10 people, somewhere in that range. What are they going to do? Do you have everyone do everything? That might not be a good idea. Do you have a dedicated hunter? If there's someone that's better at cooking and someone that's better at hunting and someone that wants to be the guard, the night watchman, maybe you should let them do that. What if two people, well, we'll just keep walking. So assign, what do you think the jobs are going to be for your tribe? What kind of things do you need to have people do? What if no one wants to be the night watchman? What if no one wants to take the night shift from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. To watch and make sure there's no intruders or bears that are going to attack? Everyone says, I don't want to do that. That's during the night. It's going to be boring or dangerous. I don't want to do it. Do you cycle it out? Do you make the criminals do it? That's probably a bad idea. Anyway, you got to think about that. How do you settle disagreements? So if people say, if one guy wants to be an artist, he wants to draw things or document things, and someone else says, that's dumb. We don't need an artist right now. We need a farmer. How do you decide who gets their way? Will there be a justice system? What's going to be illegal? Is it illegal to consume alcohol? Is it illegal to consume drugs? Is it illegal to kill somebody? But what if they insult you? you need to think of a system of laws. How do you prepare for natural disasters at times of stress? So a drought or problems with your farms. How do you distribute your food and water? Do you give it out equally? What if there's like a child, do they get less food? If there's a person that's working really hard and sweating a lot, do they get more water? That's not equal, but is it equitable? You need to think about these things. If there's someone that's working harder, do they get more food? But if they get an equal amount of food, the person that works harder might need more food. So, and then who decides who gets more food if someone gets more food? These are all things to think about. What if someone in your tribe doesn't want to work? They say, I don't want to work. What do you do with that guy? Do you let him starve? That's not very nice. Maybe you do. I don't know. Think about it. What do you do with people that are unable to work? So if there's a 20-year-old that says, I don't want to work. I just want to hang out here. Okay. What do you do with him? But on the other hand, what if there's someone that's unable to work? Someone breaks their leg. Humanity. What if someone breaks their leg and they're unable to work for 2 weeks? Do you kill them? That's not very nice. Probably shouldn't do that. But do you feed them even though they're not working? Just think about that. We already kind of talked about this. What if someone wants to be an artist and someone else says, we don't need artists right now? Do you and how do you make decisions? Is there one like king or queen of the tribe, or do you vote? So that's something you need to think about. Anyway, that's what we're doing today. You just need to fill out these papers and elaborate as much as you can on these things.